Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about a subject that comes up every now and then, particularly when people who are just starting to get into the perfume hobby, passion, whatever you want to call it, when they discover niche or how they introduce themselves to niche perfume. Because for the majority of us, I guess, our first exposure to perfume is really like what we find in department stores or even discount stores like pharmacies and that kind of thing. And usually what you'll find there, mainstream designer fragrances, all at a relatively lower cost. And when you start discovering fragrances and getting more into them and wanting to explore different notes and different styles, you quickly realize there's this whole other world of niche. So I'm going to talk about in this video today, I'm going to mention 3 houses that I consider to be a really good introduction or gateway into niche and then into indie perfume and so on. There are 3 houses I've chosen for a couple of reasons. I think for the quality that you get in some of these perfumes in these houses, they are relatively well priced for starters, because some, you know, when you're talking about particularly what we refer to as luxury niche, some of these perfumes are astronomically priced, and then you get into artisan independent perfumes that are at some very high price. I think I always kind of wince a little bit when someone comes onto a forum or on Instagram, for instance, and asks what is a good way to introduce yourself to niche, and then people start recommending things that like are $500 a bottle or whatever. The first house that I want to talk about in terms of an introduction to niche is L'Artisan Parfumeur. Now, L'Artisan is actually considered to be, if not the first, one of the first actual niche houses. I think they were founded in the 70s, and this is one of the several L'Artisan perfumers I have in my wardrobe. This is Safran Troublante. The reason I really like L'Artisan Parfumeur as an introduction to niche is they can be found very well priced, particularly on discount grey market websites. And I think that they have such a good variety of things that there should be something for everyone. Like I have this Safran Troublante, which is almost a spicy gourmet, no, not gourmet, a spicy gourmand because of the beautiful vanilla. But it's mainly a really good representation, or one of the best representations of saffron spice in perfumery. It's just a very beautiful comfort scent for me. But I also have some favorites that come from this house, namely Timbuktu. I also have Zing. I also have Al Oud. They use some great perfumers. Now, I happen to have a couple with L'Artisan. The 2 perfumers that are kind of represented in my wardrobe are Bertrand Duchefort, who is responsible for Timbuktu and Al Oud, and Olivier Giacobetti, who is responsible for Safran Troublante and Zing. They use great perfumers to compose their perfumes. There are some other very well-known L'Artisan perfumes, like for instance, one of the best fig perfumes is from Olivier Giacobetti as well, Premier Figuier. There is another Duchefort composition which is called Zonka, which is very highly regarded. The point being that L'Artisan have such a huge range that it is a great introduction into niche perfumery. The other 2 houses I wanted to mention, and it's because, again, they're not overly expensive. They can be had for reasonable prices, and I do like that they come in varying for example, sizes and different lines aimed at different price levels. One of my favorite houses is Histoires de Parfums. This is 1740, and it happens to be one of my all-time favorite perfumes. Histoires de Parfums again has you know, something for everyone. They have a very wide range of perfumes, and most of the ones I've smelled, actually all of the Histoires de Parfums that I've smelled have been very high quality, each of them quite unique. And what I like about these houses that I'm mentioning in this video is that they don't necessarily have a house style. I don't smell distinct house DNA, which is good. What is consistent about them is the quality of the perfumes that are released. 1740, I also have 1969, I have Ombre 114 and Fidelis, and I love them all. The final house I'll mention, which for me is, I think this is an amazing house. Now this house is probably a little bit more expensive than the two houses I've mentioned, but the quality can't be denied. So there are some legendary perfumes that have come out of this house, and mostly all done by the same perfumer. I'm talking about Serge Lutens. This one here again is one of my all-time favorite. This is Ombre Sultan, one of, if not the best amber, in my opinion, ever made. And Serge Lutens again has such unique perfumes, all mostly composed by Christopher Sheldrake, who works closely with Uncle Serge. I have Ombre Sultan, I have a Decant au Chagui, I have 5 o'clock au Gigombre, I have Serge Noir. Now I can't even remember, Vetiver Oriental. There are so many, and I still have my eye on a couple more in the future to collect. It's a wonderful house. They have different lines. Things like that come in the bell jars are more expensive than they have the Gratte-Ciel line. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, where they have different shaped bottles, coloured bottles. So they have varying pricing levels in Serge Lutens, but by no means am I saying these are the best niche houses. But for me, if someone was asking me to recommend some houses to explore, to discover niche perfumery, I would start with these three. But what I want to know is if you have any recommendations for the same question. If someone were to ask you, what niche brands should I try? Obviously, within a particular budget, what would you recommend? I hope this was an interesting video, and I hope and thank you again for watching and joining me on The Sentinel. I will see you all soon.